had no sacks and he was hurt last year, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, you think he's better than Dexter Lawrence. And he didn't even play last year.
So Shannon Sharpe just left ESPN and immediately started dropping nuclear football takes that expose how much homework analysts skip. This Dexter Lawrence debate with Ravens fans shows why he's the smartest voice in sports media. Let's watch him systematically destroy some terrible arguments.
Absolutely not. Hey, Joe, we getting better, huh? Joe, listen, we getting better. We gave up the 10th pick, right? You hear me, Unc?
Yeah.
We gave up the 10th pick and let a first-round pick go that you don't know. You don't know what you're getting with your first-round pick. Now, we looked at that. You read off Dexter Lawrence stats, right? Based on what he did last year, okay? We know what he was the year before that, and we know what he did the year before that. When we talk about the top defensive tackles, Joe, in the NFL, Dexter Lawrence is still one of those difference makers, a difference maker who is double teamed 60 to 70% of the time.
That double team percentage is everything. When Lawrence draws two blockers on 70% of snaps, it creates one-on-ones across the entire defensive front. That's how defensive coordinators measure true impact, not just individual stats, but how you make everyone else better.
The Bengals were extremely, extremely bad on defense last year. One, we couldn't stop the goddamn run.
Right.
We got brother Jared Adams. Now we bring in brother Dexter Lawrence, who probably needed a change of scenery. Outside of having a down year, there were probably some internal issues where he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
What can we get?
Well, he didn't have. Joe, he had no more guaranteed money. He wanted.
Cincinnati ranked 30th against the run last year, allowing 4.8 yards per carry. They desperately needed an interior presence who could collapse pockets and stuff running lanes. Lawrence addresses both problems simultaneously, exactly what championship defenses require.
Oh, you know we gonna give him a contract, huh? We not playing no game.
Well, y'all cheap ass ain't getting nothing.
Joe Burrow already sent that message in the middle of the season, Joe. You know that's why they're making the move they're making defensively. Mike Brown, Katie, and Troy, no, Joe is not playing. Build a team around me that is competent, especially on the other side of the ball. So if we score 50 points, the other team don't score 52. And they're showing. They put their money where their mouth is.
Burrow's frustration went public when he said we need to be better after losses piled up. Championship quarterbacks don't waste time with diplomatic language when their window is closing. This trade proves ownership finally heard the message loud and clear.
You understand this is a D tackle, right?
Yeah.
It's a D tackle we talk about. He's double teamed 60, 70% of the time, Joe. He got two people on him. And he putting up them numbers.
I got you, bro.
This ain't no DN.
Yeah.
He had a half a sack more than I had, and I ain't been on the football field in 2 decades.
Aaron Donald got double teamed on 65% of his snaps during his peak years. When elite interior linemen command that attention, it creates havoc for entire offensive game plans. Lawrence operating at that level transforms how teams have to attack Cincinnati.
I know I would. Because
but let me go.
There's nothing in the draft that's better than there's nothing in the draft that has a better resume than Dexter Lawrence.
Hey,
I can tell you that.
What?
There's nothing in the draft defense that's better than Dexter Lawrence. There's nothing in the draft that's better than Dexter Lawrence. I can tell you that.
We don't know, Ocho.
Ocho, what the
He's
Giants
proven. Okay.
The draft is pure gambling compared to proven NFL production. Lawrence has multiple Pro Bowl seasons on his resume. Even Hall of Famers have down years. What matters is the body of work and proven ability to bounce back stronger.
Hey, you know what? I'm so glad y'all talk about my goddamn Bengals like this, huh? And the moves that we making, we showing y'all that we not being cheap. They always talk about Mike Brown being cheap. What is Mike Brown doing? He putting his mouth with the money.
Yeah.
He's showing y'all.
Okay.
We have to improve defensively. So what do? We go and get proven players that have done it before.
Mike Brown spent decades being labeled cheap, refusing to spend in free agency or make big trades. This Lawrence deal represents a complete organizational philosophy change. They're finally willing to pay premium prices for championship pieces.
You might not do it, but there's nobody in the draft better than Dexter Lawrence at his position right now, and there's nobody defensively that's better than him at their position. I bet that.
You just talked to Big Mac. You just talked to Big Mac. You just talked to Big Mac. over Ohio
What we doing?
State.
So are we really doing that? So you saying Big Mac is going to come in and be better than Dexter Lawrence right now? Are we really doing that? Are you betting your money on that?
This is why former players make the best analysts. They understand what separates proven NFL talent from college potential. When someone challenges you to bet actual money on your opinion, it reveals who's done their homework and who's just talking.
You right. Now let's see Derrick Henry run the goddamn ball now. Huh? Let's see him run the goddamn ball now. Matter of fact, let's see him throw the ball now. Cause DJ Turner, they picking everything off like a booger. You hear me?
Lawrence's presence completely changes how Baltimore's offense operates. Derrick Henry needs clean running lanes, and Lamar needs time for his progressions. When interior pressure arrives that quickly, it disrupts both the ground game and passing attacks simultaneously.
Have Matabikwe and Cam Ward and Cam Hayward ever had the seasons that Dexter Lawrence has? When?
Yeah.
When?
Cam Ward,
when have they ever had a season like Dexter Lawrence? His best season. When have either one of them ever had a season like that? At the D tackle position. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Come on now. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Lawrence's best season was 7.5 sacks, 44 tackles, and constant double teams from a defensive tackle position. Neither Matabike nor Hayward has ever approached those numbers from the interior. The statistical comparison isn't even close when you examine the actual production.
What position does Matabike play? He does not play D tackle. When did he have a 13 sack season at D tackle? When?
Whoa.
That would put him.
You're scaring me. You're scaring Joe, and I'm gonna have to hang up on you, buddy.
13 sacks from a defensive tackle would be historically elite. Only Aaron Donald and Chris Jones hit those numbers. The fact that this was presented as Matabike's actual stat line shows exactly who came prepared for this debate and who didn't.
Definitely not. He's definitely not. And you only believe that because you're a Ravens player and former player. That's the only reason you believe that. That's it. Where was Matabike last year?
He was hurt. Why was he hurt? Season. That's why they couldn't get no pressure. Why was he hurt? I don't know.
Former players often can't separate emotion from analysis when discussing their old teams. This is exactly why objective voices who study the entire league provide better breakdowns than hometown loyalists who can't see past their jersey colors.
Hey, so you mean, hold on, your player had no sacks and he was hurt last year, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason you think he's better than Dexter Lawrence. And he didn't even play last year. So you think he's better off of something he did 2 years ago.
I told you, my guy missed the entire season and had a half a sack less than your guy who played 17 games.
That means my guy would still be better either way because yours didn't do anything last year.
What? Your guy just collected a check.
So what your guy did?
This is brutal but accurate. Availability matters more than past reputation. Matabike missed significant time while Lawrence stayed healthy and productive. In the NFL, you're only valuable when you're actually on the field contributing to wins.
Yeah. They don't even double team him. Listen, when you look at the scouting report, when you play the goddamn Ravens, they talk about Kyle Hamilton. That's the focal point. Kyle Hamilton. That we got to deal with him. He's the versatile one. We got to watch where he lines up at. Huh? We ain't talking about nobody on that goddamn defensive line. This ain't the truth. Or this ain't.
NFL game plans focus on the biggest threats first. When Kyle Hamilton draws the primary attention in scouting reports instead of the defensive line, it tells you everything about Baltimore's true impact players. Coordinators don't lie about preparation priorities.
At any point, when we talk about some of the better D tackles in the NFL, was Quentin Williams ever in that conversation with Dexter Lawrence?
Yes,
Hold on, let me finish. With Aaron Donald, with Jeffrey Simmons, with Chris Jones.
Yes.
That elite defensive tackle tier includes Donald, Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, and Lawrence when healthy. Being mentioned with those names requires dominant seasons with consistent pressure and run-stopping ability. It's not a participation trophy conversation.
Again, y'all, you disrespecting Derek Lawrence and what he's done to date. We're disrespecting his resume and what he's done. Acting like he just.
All I'm saying is that I just think.
Joe, he act like we just talk about some slouch. Talk about one of the best in the game. Okay, he had a down year.
All I'm saying
hey, Joe,
is that I believe you gave up too much for him.
Does that mean I'm not good anymore? Absolutely not, because after that down year, I had three more 1,000-yard seasons.
The personal experience matters here. Elite athletes understand how to respond to adversity better than analysts who never played. Down years happen to everyone, but champions use that motivation to return even stronger the following season.
Saying they gave up too much. Who in the draft that had that blew college out of the water that's gonna come in and do what Dexter Lawrence has done through his NFL career right now? Who's gonna come in and do that?
You said you love Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain might be there.
He's not going to be there. He's not.
I hope he's
not.
Mesidor. You got Big Mac.
These players are not going to be there. You know that. When it comes to the draft, the best are coming off the board. Forget what the team needs.
Draft picks outside the top 5 are basically lottery tickets. Teams routinely trade proven veterans for mid-round picks and regret it immediately. The best available talent gets selected early. Waiting until pick 10 means settling for developmental projects.
You gonna put Pat Surtain on who?
On you?
Poof. Put him on who?
You?
And I turn. Hey, listen. I turn that number 2 upside down. You hear me? I turn that number 2 upside down. Listen. As much as I love Pat and watch him and study this game, I know how to beat him. I wish you would come up there playing with me. I wish you would come up there playing with me where you in arm's reach, where you can hear my voice and I can touch you. You're gonna lose. I'm the one person, Joe, who can get open inside a phone booth with the door closed. You don't put nobody up there in front of me like that, Joe.
This is Hall of Fame level confidence from someone who backed it up on Sundays for 15 years. When you've dominated at the highest level, you understand exactly what it takes to win those individual matchups. That certainty comes from proven excellence.
Listen, think about the way they throw the ball today, Joe.
Yeah.
Think about the multitude of ways they use the receivers in today's offense, and Joe. All I did, Joe, when I played, I lined up on the left and I lined up on the right, and I got it off the muscle. You mean with the creativity that they have in today's game, and you put my ugly ass out there right now, man, I might go for 300 on them boys.
Modern offensive schemes create so many more opportunities than the 1990s. With motion, picks, and creative formations, elite tight ends today operate in space constantly. Someone with his route running ability and hands would absolutely thrive in these systems.
We gonna put DJ Turner on you, Joe. DJ Turner, we're gonna put it. Or we'll put matter of fact, you know what? No.
It'd be DJ Turnover.
We'll probably put Dax Hill on you, Joe. I mean, you won't go nowhere. You won't do nothing.
The disrespect is real here. Suggesting young defensive backs could handle a prime Hall of Fame tight end shows exactly why these debates get heated. DJ Turner and Dax Hill are developing players, not proven shutdown artists.
What you talking about? Huh? What you talking about? Yeah. Well, hold on. Maybe you didn't recognize what he did last year, but you'll know this year. You'll know this year.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He wouldn't do nothing to me. I don't know what he did last year.
Please. Locking everybody up, which is exactly what he done to you.
Turner had a solid rookie season, but claiming he could lock up elite tight end talent is exactly the kind of homerism that makes these discussions ridiculous. Good young players aren't ready for Hall of Fame level competition yet.
I bet my game check you don't have more catches or yards than I do.
Damn.
And I done bet my game check plenty times.
Joe, the guy he talking about was the 32nd ranked corner. They only got 64.
Betting your game check means risking hundreds of thousands of dollars on your performance. That level of confidence only comes from knowing you can dominate any matchup. It's the ultimate proof that your preparation and ability are unquestionable.
That's kind of wrong, because my dating history goes back to 1985, and she's probably let me finish. She's probably seen maybe 2 or 3 people I've ever dated when I've been with like 1,676 women.
Damn, you done passed Will?
I done been. Man, listen, hey Joe, it's the people you least expected with them kind of numbers. You hear me? So I'm confused. I mean, based on her theory, I mean, it's kind of wrong. to think she knows, based on what, 2, maybe 3 people tops that she's seen. But nah.
This is exactly why people love watching him. Complete honesty without filters. Whether discussing football strategy or personal life, the authenticity never changes. Most analysts play it safe, but genuine personalities create the most compelling content.
Yes, we have. And listen, it's all for the better. This is uncharacteristic for our franchise. It's uncharacteristic for Mike Brown to do something like this. And all this says is that message was heard loud and clear in riddle format that Joe Burrow said when things weren't going so well and he was frustrated. Therefore, to keep Joe happy, to make sure we continue to build not just around him, but around us as a team collectively so we can compete year in and year out, Mike Brown is making those moves to make sure those things happen. Whether we like the trade or not, whether we like it or not, we have to make the necessary, because we need to win now.
Championship windows close fast in the NFL. When you have an elite quarterback, every season matters. Smart organizations respond to franchise player demands immediately rather than wasting precious years with half measures and budget constraints.